Hello and welcome back to Green Hill Garage. Today's video we're going to do a rundown on our new project. You all saw, or maybe you all saw, the 93 F250. We were going to build it out and put a 351 in it. It has the 5-speed and all, and it's pretty clean body wise. And we were also going to build out a flatbed. But as you may have noticed, the gas prices just don't seem to ever come down. They've been climbing pretty steadily. As of the time of this video, fuel's now up to like $5 a gallon, I think, in our area. Anyway, so we bought this little truck. We're trying to make a profit on vehicles, and at the time, the 93 just doesn't seem like it's going to be a very fuel efficient project. But we're not going to get rid of it because we think that maybe later we can build it out. But for now, we've got this 1994 Chevrolet S10 two-wheel drive. It's got the 4.3 liter Vortec and the 4L60 E transmission. Oh, let me grab the keys out. This little car, me and Trey, we bought it for $800, and it does not have a working transmission. So the guy I bought it from, he said he originally bought it to LS swap it. And see, it's just got some panels open. I went ahead and vacuumed it, guys. It looked kind of dirty, but it cleaned up really nice. And there is some just splatter down there in the footwells. But overall, guys, the seats cleaned up nice. These little S10s, I still haven't cleaned any of the plastic. These S10s have these little drop-down bucket seats, which that's pretty neat. But yeah, we fired it up the other day. It does not have a battery in it. We had to steal the battery from the Suburban. But we fired it up the other day. It's got a misfire. But I think it may just be a bad spark plug. It's got 160,000 miles on it. And with the bad transmission, our plan was to just swap out for the 4L60 that we have off of our Suburban, the old one, because the old one did work. It wasn't shifting excessively great, but it did work. So our plan is maybe try to refresh that old transmission and put it in here. Not 100% sure now anymore. Until we pull this, the owner, or when I bought it from the previous owner, he told me it did have a lifter tick, and once I fired it up, it has a lifter tick. So at the very least, it's gonna need lifters, rocker arms, and maybe a cam. I'm thinking if we do that, then we'd want to put a little hotter cam in, just kind of help it breathe. But I cannot tell. I'm no expert with 4.3 liters. But I've heard that these are run on spider injection, so there's kind of a limit to how well you can actually build out one of these 4.3 liters. So we're on the fence right now as to whether we should take that old LS motor out of the Suburban and swap it into here. And partly because we don't have any of the extra accessories off that LS motor. Basically, we'd be starting from just a long block. So there comes a kind of a cost into that, figure out how to build out all this. Our other thought was maybe we could turbo this, but I just don't know what kind of integrity the bottom end has. So we're gonna see. Let us know in the comments what you want us to do with it. In the end though, our budget is going to be a major factor, and also the ability to sell it is going to be a major factor. So what else can I tell you about this? So the guy who bought it, from, he said the guy who owned it was a little grandpa, and he decided he was going to wire in theft lock because he didn't want it to get stolen. As you can see, he did cut in some of this wiring, so we're going to need to solder that and get that locked in. It looks like he also unplugged the light for that. Other than that, guys, I hunted through the wiring. This alternator is the wrong alternator. It's for a Honda, so that's why those wires come off that alternator. The correct plug is down there. Yeah, and then I think the reason he cut these wires off of this was because this clutch was engaging without him wanting it to, so probably something in the switch. Other than that, guys, not a lot wrong with it. We'll see. We won't know the true condition of the engine until we pull it apart. I have heard options. There's on eBay I saw $1,200 for a complete turbo kit for one of these, and it seemed reasonable to me. With the turbocharger, it was a 57 millimeter turbo, and but what it was gonna need was one of those. These 4.6 liters were put in boats. It's not this exact same one, but it's the same block, and they used a marine intake manifold, and they use a different injection style. So from what I know, you can take one of these 4.3 liters and convert them over to run with the marine injection, since there's a lot more parts for the marine injection, and the marine injection has it's aluminum, it'll hold up to boost, and there's parts with bigger injectors for a turbo. So that's an option there. Part of me really wants to do an LS, and I don't know that there's many people have done it, but you take a G35, I think that's what it is, an Infinity G35 transmission. It's a 6-speed manual, and ICT Billet makes a conversion plate for it that would allow it to bolt up to an LS. And to me, that sounds pretty cool. This is only a 2-wheel drive truck, so I want it to be a little sportier than just plain. But we'll see. The ICT billet piece, I think, was $600 and something dollars, but that would be pretty slick. But let me know what you want us to do with it. Budget is our limiting factor, but we also want to make this as cool a build as possible. Oh, another thing, the paint. On the hood, it looks very, very nice. The black actually held up well under the western Colorado sun. No real damage to the dash or anything like that, but this roof took a beating, so we're going to need to sand down and put fresh paint and clear coat on this, on all these. So yeah, it's going to be an experience for us. We've painted stuff before, but haven't painted this much surface, so it's going to be interesting. I believe, let's see, I think on these builder's tags they have a somewhere they got a paint coat on those builder's tags. Here's the LS package. This is just the one wheel. Right now the spare is on the right side, and it had nail in it, still has nail, so that's why the spare is on. The gas tank got drilled out. Some stupid idiot thought he was gonna steal fuel, went ahead and drilled a hole in the fuel tank. So it was repaired with JB weld, or tank weld. JB weld is what the previous owner said. Said it was holding, but he provided this other tank as part of the deal, so we're going to be swapping out this good tank in there. Bed's in great shape, guys. Not anything really I could find wrong with it. As you can see, some scratches, but we can repaint that. I have heard some people didn't care for these bumpers and the general shape, but I'm not horribly picky about them. It's got a tow hitch for I don't know what, an insanely light trailer. Yeah, this is just that spare. So yeah, guys, this is it. Broke off the radio. So yeah, this is our next project after the Suburban and the Kawasaki Mule rebuild. So thank you all for watching. Let us know what you want us to do. We're open to anything at this point. Any ideas you have, anything that could help. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Remember to check out the other videos on our channel, and you all have a great day.